Hello chatbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my weekend. On my Saturday I had my first shift back to work after being off ill, and I was very excited to get back to work and seeing my team. I got up, showered and changed, ready for work, had some breakfast, listened to a bit of music and was just watching some TikToks, and my dad was sort of stuff around the house. Mum was asleep, older brother was on the Xbox, younger sister at uni, younger brother at his, and older sister is currently away visiting friends. And my dad then dropped me to work. I popped to the corner shop and got myself some bits and bobs from there just before work. I then got into work, got clocked in, put my blanket away, and it was already so busy in there. There's lots of people, so I was running lots of food and drinks, cleaning tables, doing food and drink orders and bill taking, and cleaning loads of tables. So quite a few of the regulars, so they were chatting with me, and it was quite busy. We had quite a busy morning rush, lots of people coming in for breakfast and coffees, and then the lunch rush was even busier. And about 2ish, I think I might have come back to work a bit too soon because my stomach started to hurt. I started feeling a bit sick, so my supervisor, who was on at the time, sent me home. So I ended up doing 10 till 2ish instead of 10 till 4, and there was like 8 of us on anyway, so he said they were going to be sending someone home anyway. So I then made way back. I got back and my mum and grandma had been in to see my grandpa in hospital, and my dad had gone off to bed and my older brother was up, so I called home and just let them know that I was making my way back. I then got back, got changed, and ended up falling asleep, and I had some painkillers, and then I got up and my stomach was feeling a lot better and I wasn't feeling as sick. And then I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks, sorted out my Bleach doll, wrote with my journal, listened to some music, and my dad was getting ready to go off to do a disco, and my older brother went off to go for a walk, and my mum got back and had talked to my grandma home after they'd gone to see my grandpa in hospital. And then my dad went off to do his disco, and older brother went off to pick my aunt and cousins up from the airport. They are now over from Ireland for 2 weeks, which is very exciting to have them stay for 2 weeks. And then I was just watching a bit of Gremlins, had a cheesy toasty and a cup of tea, and then I was just sorting out my Bleach doll, doing a bit of drawing, a bit of colouring in, a bit of writing, and watched a bit of Labyrinth. Love that film so much. And then I was just watching some stuff on Netflix, listened to a bit of music, and did some drawing and colouring in, tied up my office, and then my dad got back from his disco, and my older brother was back from picking my cousins and aunt up from the airport and dropped down to my grandparents' house where they're staying. And then we had KFC for tea, and I haven't had KFC in so long, and it was so good. Love a bit of KFC, and had 2 corn on the cobs, and I love corn on the cob. Then I was watching this Paul O'Grady documentary on BBC One about the late great Paul O'Grady. I still can't believe he's dead. It's heartbreaking, such a legend. Just think he's up there now with Cilla Black, Barbara Windsor, causing havoc. And then I finished off writing my journal. I put that away. I was then just working on some illustrations, listened to a bit of music. I then was watching some stuff on Netflix, and I watched this film called Just Like Heaven, which has got Reese Witherspoon and Mark Ruffalo in, and I'm going for a bit of a Mark Ruffalo phase at the moment. Love him. He's such a hunk, and I loved him in 30 Girl and 30 and Just Like Heaven, and that kind of early kind of stuff like 2000s. Yeah, 2000s Mark Ruffalo was gorgeous, and I love him in The Hulk as well. And then I went off to bed, and on my Sunday I got up, showered and changed, had some breakfast, and was just watching a bit of TV. My mum's asleep, older sister's still away, older brother's on the Xbox, younger sister up in uni, younger brother at his, and my dad had gone to get some fishing gear that he'd bought off eBay, so he had to go get that. So my older brother kindly dropped me into work. I got some bits and bobs from the shop for that. Got to work, got clocked in, put my band coat away, and it was really busy, and we had a live musician coming in to perform, so we had that set up, and so there was not as many tables as we normally have, so it was quite busy, and we had to move the tables around a bit, so it's a little bit confusing. And I was running food and drinks, cleaning tables, doing food and drink orders and bill taking, and then making sure that the people who would book certain tables were on that table. And we had quite a few bookings, quite a few big bookings, so there's lots of tables together. And I was on bar doing lots of drink making and food and drink orders. Had to pop to Aldi to get some more ice because we got out of ice, so got there and it was absolutely mayhem. There was people everywhere, and so got the ice, got back, and then I was serving food inside and outside as well because it's quite sunny, quite a nice day, so there's quite a few people sitting outside as well. Lots of people coming in with their dogs, so I was able to stroke lots of dogs and give them all dog treats and dog bowls for them. And then I finished at 3. I'm doing a split shift, so I'm doing 10 till 3 and then 5 till close. Then off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I got clocked off, got my band coat, and I headed off. And the live musician was in my older brother's year at school and knows me, so I had a quick chat with her just before I left and said brilliant playing, and it made the shift go a lot quicker because of the playing, and she played some really good songs, has a really good voice, and I was polishing cutlery or be putting cups and plates away or doing something and be dancing and catching myself bopping up and down, which the customers were loving. They were loving my dance moves. And then my dad picked me up. We then went off to Tesco's and I got myself some lunch, and I also got myself some flour sets from there that I'm going to show you guys now. Such lovely flower snaps. I especially love the first one with the lovely pink patterned flowers. They're so pretty, lovely patterns on them. I then got myself some lunch and went on to check out the self checkout, and the self checkout and the normal tills were all chocker. There was a massive line for both, and I thought I was never going to get out of there. And I got to the self checkout and literally was like beep 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 beep, like quickly getting it through. The guy in front of me was on his phone whilst doing it, acting like he had all the time in the world, and we were just like, what the hell? There's a massive line. You need to quickly scan your stuff, pay, and get on with it. So I quickly scanned my things, got out of there as quick as I could, and then I got back to the car. My dad was like, what took you so long? Because he said don't be too long, and I was like, it was absolutely bedlam in there. And then they got the chicken out for the roast, like they obviously restocked it, and it was like vultures. There's so many people like trying to grab these chickens for the Sunday roast. It was insane. And then me and my dad went down to my grandparents' house where my mum is looking after my cousins whilst my grandma and aunt go in to visit my grandpa in hospital. And I gave them both a big hug, had a nice chat with them, and then got my grandma's old laptop that my dad's going to be using for his discos, because he had a disco on Friday night and his laptop he uses for his discos stopped working, which is not good. So he's going to be using my grandma's old laptop that she doesn't use anymore. So I got that, and then had a quick chat with my mum, and then I headed back. I then got home, got changed, currently just wearing my work jeans and just this nice blue jumper, and it's lovely and sun out there, but also a tad bit cold still, so definitely still got my jumpers on at the moment. I mean, I love sweater weather anyway. I wear a jumper all year round, love them, and especially love this one, such a lovely colour. I then had my lunch. I had some chicken stuffing sandwiches and an Apertango, which I love. Apertango is probably one of my favourite drinks ever. That and cups of tea. And I've got one to take to work with me as well when I go back to work for the second part of my split, doing 5 till close. Hate working the quiz, but got 3 days off after, so it should be fine. And it should be fun. We've got like 10 groups in for the quiz, so it should make it go quickly, which is good. And it's not too bad, but yeah, I just want my bed and I'm pretty knackered. And yeah, today's been good. It's been good getting back into work. I think it's just going to take a bit of time to adjust. Still quite achy in my legs and my stomach a bit, but definitely feeling a lot better than I was. I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there. And then after I had my lunch, I then sorted out my Blue Jet doll, worked with my journal, did some colouring in, worked on some illustrations, and was just listening to it in music and watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos. And then I had a cup of tea and a cinnamon bun. Cinnamon bun, cinnamon swirl with some icing on, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Yeah, it was a cinnamon swirl, not a cinnamon bun. Cinnamon swirls are so good. It was delicious. And then I was just watching a bit of Fire Brown and then watched Escape to Country. I love that show so much. All the lovely cottages. And then I was just listening to a bit of Kylie, and I'm now just going to be chilling before going off back to work for the second part of my split shift. And we're having stew for tea, and my mum started cooking that, and it smells so good. Such lovely smells coming from the kitchen. Can't wait to get a bit of that when I get back. And my older sister and brother are off on Easter holiday because they work in schools, so they're off this week and next week. So we've got some really exciting plans ahead with my cousins over to stay, and I'm looking forward to having Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. Wednesday we're going out for food, and I'm not sure what we're going to be doing Monday, Tuesday yet. I think we're planning to go to AirHop as well sometime next week, which should be fun. And yeah, can't wait to have them down for the 2 weeks. It's going to be fun spending time with them. They're getting so big now, and it's just crazy how fast they're like getting older, and all getting older now. And yeah, it's just crazy. It makes you realise that you've got to cherish every moment, because it just goes by so quickly nowadays. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your Sunday. All have a great week ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.